Wednesday, my dude.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Punch Up Pod with Lila and Pat. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
My dude, I'm so, anything we want to complain about, we have like a week of joy, at least, I think, right? This week.
I'm feeling the joy. It's Brat Summer all over again. No, I am feeling true, deep hope and joy.
If you had to choose, this is not a fuck, marry, kill, although I did upload a fuck, marry, kill graphic, but would you rather have Dick Cheney die or Mamdani win? which gave you more joy? How about that?
I thought you were going to ask me the fuck.
Would you rather fuck Dick Cheney or?
I would much rather Mamdani win all over the place, because the truth is we have not millions, thousands of Dick Cheneys, and the only way we're going to fix that is with more Mamdanis, right? So like but it was like just like icing on the cake. It was just like a nice little like, see ya. Don't let the door hit you.
And the first news we got of the day was Cheney dead. So it was like, oh, we're off to a good start.
Yeah. So this might be the best Tuesday ever. Yeah, I am feeling pretty excited. Oh my goodness. 2 F's. That's
Dicks
funny.
In a box.
Zohran Autumn. And let's see. I think there's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about. But it is nice to celebrate a win.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this show we're going to talk about, all the Zohran angles and the responses to it. We're heavily Zohran focused tonight.
Yes.
So people know.
Yes. Which is not to say, as we always do, that we still have to push him left and hold his feet to the fire and hold him accountable and all that stuff. But he certainly is making a lot of the right people upset, which I love.
And he seems to not give too much of a shits about upsetting them, which shows you that, a lot of the criticisms he got were about sort of placating the center.
Right.
And I feel like he's in that glow after the election of like, nah, I don't need to do that anymore.
I'm hoping. All right. Well, we're going to get into all of that for sure. Let's do our cheers, which, we chose it before all the joy. So yes, absolutely. He should go to wherever he wants to go, Florida or Israel or whatever the hell, and get out of our city. So let's do our cheers, which is, really beautiful, but it's not quite as uplifting as some of the rest of the show might be, but it is still certainly worthwhile. Miss Rachel continues to use her enormous platform to bring attention to Palestine and Palestinian children, especially. She just was the recipient of the Glamour Woman of the Year. And this is how she arrived and a bit of her speech.
Tonight, I am wearing this beautiful dress that has art from kids in Gaza, and these kids are just amazing. They're so thoughtful and so brilliant. And I know all their names and stories: Luna and Ahmed, Rama, Rana. I'm so proud of you. I'm so honored to wear your artwork. Rana made this beautiful drawing She lost both of her sisters in the genocide. She lost her 9-month-old sister, Haya, in her arms in an airstrike. Her older sister was killed the next month. I want to end with her words because they're more important than mine. Rana wanted to say, I want to tell the world that my sisters are not numbers. They are moons. They are like the stars. They shine and sparkle.
She's amazing. She's really amazing. And they tried to get her and she refused to be gotten. And she pushed back hard. Like, she is constantly uplifting voices from Palestine. She has put out, I think she's mostly on Instagram, but so they don't call them tweets, posts, you know, because she is massively popular with children. I think she's like she's seen on over 1 billion, you know, screens worldwide. So lots of celebrities try to get on the way they, you know, do like with Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers. And she put out a preemptive notice to say, if you have not spoken about the genocide, please don't bother writing to me. I don't have room. We don't have space for people who didn't have the courage to speak out. So amazing. Cheers to her.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Cheers to her. Okay. Let's spin. Let's get
let's get back to the joy. I mean, you almost had me crying there. I know. You know, she's amazing. She really is.
She's amazing. And I think about that artwork that we showed from London. I think it was in like 2021 in a hospital. Palestinian children, they just had some framed artwork on the walls of a hospital, and people complained that it made them feel unsafe to see children's drawings because they were created by Palestinian children. And not only did the hospital take down the drawings, they apologized for being so insensitive. So yes, cheers to her. Absolutely. Okay.
Cheers. Like and subscribe, please. Leave some comments on the videos. Those help us. We forget to mention that sometimes, but let's see what we got. Let's get some drinks in ours.
Yeah. We got quite a bit, and we got lots of different options today. So let's see what happens. But keep pouring whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, baby.
Great. Good place to start.
You know, I don't know why I've been finding all these about Elon Musk, but this is on Elon.
Like I don't even think I think he's an alien. That's why I think he's I think Elon Musk is listen, all right? Like you know that conspiracy? They're like lizard people run the government, right? And before him, I'm like, that's crazy. And then I saw him, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, he reads a little lizardly, does he not? I mean, this guy looked like he hatched. I don't think he was birthed. Tell me Elon Musk doesn't look like he'd be most comfortable on a heated rock eating mice. Like this guy... Like, I had my suspicions, and then I saw him chant, USA, and I was like, I'm from New York. I've heard every accent. That's a new one. I don't know that one. What is that? USA. I'm like, that's not an Earth accent. I don't... Let's look at the facts. Let's be objective, right? Okay, guy's obsessed with electricity. He's got a kid named Glip Glorp, or whatever. And he builds rocket ships that go to Mars. He's trying to go home, okay? Like, he's trying to get back to the mother planet.
You know, we talked about this the other day. I am a little nervous that he is mostly so absent because I think it, you know, I was glad to see that he chimed in against Zohran Mamdani, just to remind everybody what an asshole he is.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah. Like, it's good. You want to see what evil he's up to. And he gave Zohran the boost, honestly. Like, people are sick of Elon. The Republicans don't like Elon. Nobody likes Elon anymore.
Nobody likes him. He's just a disgusting human being, like truly disgusting. And he's been sort of banished. And he should come out a little more just as a reminder why all billionaires are bad, because so many liberals thought he was one of the good ones, or Bill Gates was one of the good ones, or what's his face, the Buffett, and they're all horrific people.
Yeah, it really is. It is nice that, for the first time, like I said, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, South Park did an episode on Peter Thiel. He's a big part of it. And it's like, nobody knew who that guy was, even the people watching the show, but like, we're putting faces to these people because we need supervillains.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to know who they are. Jay, my beer is chomping at the bit. I thought that would be fitting for tonight. I have a different one to celebrate Dick Cheney dying also. It's the important work I do for the show.
That's good. Yeah, it is important. A theme, each win deserves its own beer.
There you go.
And yes, Adria, Howard Schultz also was one of the good ones, because people thought that he ran as a Democrat, and his whole idea of the coffee shop, and he's just a disgusting genocidal billionaire. They all are. It's amazing. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. Where do you want to start? Should we start with the polling, the excitement, maybe a speech? Let's start with the beginning of the speech. It was a 22-minute victory speech. Zohran Mamdani won 50.4% of the vote, that much desired threshold that I know is not necessary, because a win is a win, as Daniel said last week, but this gives him an absolute mandate. They can try to add up the other numbers all they want, and Zohran Mamdani still won. 50.4% of the vote to Andrew Cuomo's 41%, to Curtis Sliwa's 7%.
It's wild to me that we've got Democrats out there mad at the Republican for not dropping out so the third party candidate could win, who lost the primaries. I mean, think of all the shaming we got for supporting third party candidates. And they're actually shaming people. They're shaming the Republican guy for not dropping out so that their third party candidate could win.
Not even real Democrat. Yeah.
It's just
party unity, my ass. It was a great night for Zohran, especially. He has expanded the potential for a voting base, if Democrats actually cared about that, which clearly they don't. But just so people know, this is the polling, the exit polling by religion. He did not, other and none were his two biggest voting blocks. Protestant or other Christian, pretty even. Jewish, I think, but then, there are age blocks also, and that's really where you see, because that is the future. And the early voter turnout chart, 18 to 29-year-olds had already increased their turnout by 130% of what it was in 2021. So for all the talk of Dems, like, how do we get people? We lost young people, whatever. He got them.
And if you want to counter the Charlie Kirk right, the Gavin Newsom sons,
the Groiper
of the world, who are latching onto this right wing shit, how do you not get behind this guy? Like, it's been silly season for a long time. We know they don't really care that much about winning as the Democratic Party.
They care about their donors, clearly. We know that it was also Schumer decided, finger on the pulse, Schumer, the future of the Democratic Party. He's aroused, disclosed that he voted early, but didn't say for whom. Interesting.
I mean, why even come out with that? Like, he just...
Well, because they asked him as he was exiting, they asked him and he was like, walks away. But that's why, in spite of, go ahead.
Well, no, but it's obviously, he obviously didn't vote for Mamdani, or else, you would get behind your party and say, I voted for him.
Listen, I'm sure he voted for Cuomo, but either way, like, even if he had voted for Mamdani and didn't have the courage to say it out loud, shows that he's being, he's not concerned about representing the voters he's supposed to represent, or having his finger on the pulse of where the energy of the party is, or fighting the despotism of Donald Trump and the Republicans. I mean, whatever it is, he's got to go.
50% of his own state voted for the guy. Like, not just 50% of Democrats, 50% of the state voted for
the city. Yeah.
I mean, of the city, excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I mean, it's just...
I don't want to hear their unity arguments anymore. I mean, I never did, but like, cut the crap. It's so transparent.
Yeah.
I love that it's just transparent now. I almost wish Jeffries never endorsed him as well.
I know, me too. Because now he can act like he was part of it. But okay, we're going to get to all of that. But because of things like that, because of Schumer not being able to endorse, of Jeffries coming late, in spite of the many wins that Democrats had nationwide yesterday, nearly 7 in 10 say the Democratic Party is out of touch with most Americans. More than 6 in 10 say the same of Trump and Republicans. But that is, I mean, I think what that does, because I think that, looking at all, and we're going to get into some of it, but all the reactions to Zohran Mamdani's win, it's a Rorschach test. And obviously, I know going in my priors, and I'm sticking with him. Like, Bernie wasn't like a great TikToker. He isn't young and handsome. He didn't do rap videos. He didn't, but his policies were enormously popular, are enormously popular. So that to me is always going to be the way to win. Socialism is the way to win. Like, that is it. We know that. We know it historically. We know that that's why the United States has spent the last 80 years snuffing it out anywhere it pops up in the global south or anywhere else, right? Like, that is the true threat. So we all know that.
We know that, and we know the gig is up. You're not going to convince young people going forward that somehow this 5% less evil than the Republican Party thing is going to fly. Young people are going to pick progressives every time, and they're going to be a dominant part of the electorate, that because they're so fucked by all these policies these older generations have put them on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not a dirty word to them at all. In fact, Democrats, like the Democratic Party, it has no hold on them. They don't remember a time that Democrats ever did anything for them. There's no like nostalgia for it. You have to go as far back as FDR to talk about like the great era of Democrats. So,
and I mean, along those same lines, they were I forget who it was, but they talked to a lot of young people out there and at some of these protests and about the protests. And they're like, young people don't have an example of these protests working. So they're not going to be placated by the King's Rally.
Oh my God.
If they want something done, they're going to boycott with their dollars. They're going to join whatever movement we can get in front of them.
Absolutely.
They will join.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gezen. I hope I'm saying that right. Gezen 82.
Gezen? You might be Gezen. Are we Gezen?
Gezen? I don't know. Bill Ackman loves Israel with free healthcare, free college, but hates Zohran and socialism. Go figure. I mean, yeah. I don't know how we square that circle because, and
he was trashing Zohran the whole election. Now he's like, oh, I want to sit down and come together.
If you need me. I thought he was getting the fuck out of New York. Go with your big threats. So cheers to you and cheers again. Socialism is a domino theory they still fear 100%. And Democrats obviously know that too. Like all the polling that we ever show, they've got it deeper with, more specific crosstabs. They know the ins and out. They know exactly what's popular in this country. Their job is to change the messaging to convince the few voters they still have that they're trying their best. And it's just their constraints. There's so many constraints. And maybe it's
that's
that
just
they went
New York.
Yeah.
We can't push that liberal free bus shit in other states. Oh, other states hate free buses. Oh, other states hate daycare.
Food.
Oh, other states are loving the rent increase of 10% a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all loving it everywhere else, but New York is different.
I mean, it's just it is so dishonest, and everybody sees through it.
Can you hear that behind me? Can you hear that?
No. Oh, is that rain?
No, that's Strike trying to get into her treat box.
Oh.
Is that obnoxious? Or just to me, probably.
All right. So let's just, it's a really quick clip, but then we'll go into a slightly longer one. But this is how Zohran Mamdani, mayor-elect of New York City, opened his victory speech.
The sun may have set over our city this evening, but as Eugene DEBS once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity.
Come here.
Okay. That is a lovely Easter egg. There were several more in there, but Eugene Debs is like the father of socialism in the United States, right? Like that's who people talk about in the US, imprisoned for refusing the draft for World War I, was in prison and still managed to run for president and get over 1 million votes. And the fact that he brings him up at the beginning of his victory speech, I think is a beautiful way to start. This is a 2-minute sample of his 22-minute speech.
In this new age we make for ourselves, we will refuse to allow those who traffic in division and hate to pit us against one another. In this moment of political darkness, New York will be the light. Here, we believe in standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election. This new age will be defined by a competence and a compassion that have too long been placed at odds with one another. We will prove that there is no...
I love that because it also goes against all the shit that Gavin Newsom and all of the people after Kamala lost. Oh, we went too far left and too woke. And even like Dave Weigel, who I thought was sort of a progressive journalist, one of the people was like, oh, the party went too far left. And then of course, like the Matt Iglesiases and the Ezra Kleins and, all those losers, but we don't leave anybody behind. It's a message of inclusivity. I love it.
It was perfect. It was aggressive. It was pointed. It was unapologetic. It was not moving to the center on any of these issues. In fact, it was bolder than he was before about it, which is a phenomenal sign. It was like, and then, of course, we'll get to the taking on Trump part, but like,
yeah,
he just laid it out that we won. We're not going to cower and tiptoe our way in because I'm a young guy and I'm a Muslim and I'm going to be apologetic. Hey, did you hear anything about Sharia law? I don't think you're going to be pushing the trans stuff if it's Sharia law we're looking at.
That's stupidity. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I thought it was great. I did think that there was a shift in his tone, which I loved because it kind of extinguished some of my fears I was feeling as we were getting closer to this general election. Who knows? Listen, who knows what's going to happen? But right now, apart from the way he talks about cops and his shift, but I do think that's hard when you're the mayor of a city. And again, like as much as I am an abolish cops and defund the hell out of them and all that kind of stuff, that's not something that happens over the course of a day, right? That is an ongoing shift in priorities of how we spend our money. And I am hopeful that some of that will start to be realized under his tenure. That's my hope.
Oh, I think it will. I really do. I think on every issue that he ran on, we'll have some changes because of his power as mayor. Like, you know, people are bagging on the groceries thing's not reasonable. Well, all he did was promise one public grocery store in every borough. Like it wasn't, the plan is not like thousands of free groceries. I mean, they're not free anyway, but they're just, you know, not profiting from.
Yeah, they're subsidized. They're subsidized like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Peter Thiel and Palantir and every fucking billionaire in the world has been subsidized. And usually they are subsidized several times over, right? Not only are we going to give you a tax break to build your shitty company in our space so you'll employ people, and then they become the only employer in town, so they set the rates, and then they shut down all the small businesses, and then they don't pay their employees enough, so then they get subsidized again because those employees need help from SNAP or other benefits. Like they are so overly subsidized to have 5 whole grocery stores where their price limits, like, give me a break. That's crazy.
Well, the capitalists are making the argument that this will end small business. You know, bodegas are not going to go away. Even if everyone living right around these one specific places are going to be able to get groceries cheaper, they're not right next door to them. They're not. This is not a thing. And if it does lower prices, good. Yeah,
I mean, listen, it just like everything else, it's a domino effect and everything is sort of intersectional. So if you start capping some of the commercial real estate leases for bodegas, if people, you tax your billionaires, things, just like as things fall apart, it's downstream. As things are being built properly, it spreads. So that is the hope. That's the hope. Absolutely. He has a huge mountain ahead of himself, but I am encouraged that he brought in and talked about all of the people who helped him get where he is. And I think that what that signals is, and I know we've talked about this before, but as opposed to Obama, who, at the time I was naive and I felt that hope and change, and there's no red, no blue, just purple. I like that idea anyway, on some level, although, whatever. But like, these are very specific, doable policies, and the people whom he needs to help get them done started falling in line before this election. So, that's also a good sign.
100%. And look, getting people to work helps people that have to hire people because they get to work. and saving them $6 a day on the bus fare is significant over a month for people that are strapped so hard right now. So
exactly, maybe they'll spend that money somewhere else, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's just like immigrants fuel our community, you know, like it's the same thing. And I love his immigrant talk about that New York is a place of immigrants, and we're gonna make sure it remains that way. We're not. I want to see him clash with ICE. I want to see him clash with Trump. We're gonna see all of that happen,
which I think is a part of the reason. And I don't know how he's gonna maneuver, but that he has got to get Jessica Tisch, you know, and the New York police on his side, because that's the only way he's going to be able to fight ICE, right? Like we see where there's so many videos in LA of what's her name, Karen Bass's police force colluding with ICE. And if you want to start making that distinction,
well, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the police commissioner serve at the
discretion of the mayor? Yeah.
So at some point, I think that's what's going to happen is she's going to get in a line enough to get some stuff changed, or she's going to be out and she's going to choose her own career and get some stuff in line is what I see happen. But the number one thing that gives me optimism about Mamdani right away, transition team, Lena fucking Khan,
right,
is working on his transition team. The only good thing that ever came from Joe Biden, period. Full
it's
stop.
Good. He has 3 women. He has Grace Bonilla, who I think she was working with low income housing. Is that correct? I think so. Yeah. With services. Lena Khan, who is the antitrust, monopoly buster, and another housing and economic development leader, Maria Torres Springer. All 3 of them will be part of his transition team, which is amazing. Also, yes, a good sign. Unlike Kamala, who had her surrogates out there, like Mark Cuban, and Reid Hoffman, saying that they were going to get rid of Lena Khan as soon as she came into power. Yeah. Thank you, BDA. Joined late, found out a relative I like has turned Zionist over Mamdani. So giving you a super chat to remind myself I'm on the right side. You are on the correct side. And that
I don't want to tell you
stinks. I'm sorry. It's hard.
Tell you how to live your life, but there's great joy in telling a relative to get fucked. I'm just saying, I've done it, and I have no regrets. I told my parents about it one time. Finally, I'm like, I told her to get fucked. They're like, oh, good job.
They've been waiting for such a long time, right?
Sorry, my beer cap did not open, so I just used my pen, and now my pen cap is floating my beer. But I think I'm gonna drink it anyway.
It's the beer version of it when the cork crumbles inside your wine bottle.
Yeah, but it's a pen cap. Pen cap can't have that much ink on it, right?
You're fine. The beer will kill it. The alcohol will kill it. All right, let's listen to this other part, which was also pretty awesome. And okay, sorry. There's 2 more parts. We first knew about Zohran Mamdani, Pat and I did, when he was doing striking with cab drivers who needed a break on the amount they have to spend on their medallions, which is, I think it can be upwards of $120,000. That might even be a low number.
For the right to drive a cab, right?
Pretty much. They're basically indentured servants. Just for the privilege of having that, they have to spend ridiculous amounts of money and then pay it off every month. They're driving, 7 days a week. And yes, a lot of them are here. They're immigrants. And he was out there doing a hunger strike with them. So he mentions one of the people that he was on strike with.
And it's about people like Richard, the taxi driver I went on a 15-day hunger strike with outside of City Hall, who still has to drive his cab 7 days a week. My brother, we are in City Hall now.
Love that.
I love that. But I don't think that guy was really his brother. I hope they do some deep dive. Remember, auntie? Like, geez, he's calling people brother.
Right.
He's not even a blood relative.
My brother.
Okay, and then this was the final segment that I think got everybody super juiced.
If anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot, it is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know, just as Donald Trump does, that when working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant. So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
Okay, I love that line. Anybody who can quote from Eugene Debs and then Spider-Man, come on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that Spider-Man quote is like JFK or something, you know, but it's,
I mean, I love it.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. The other thing, and I don't think we have it in there. I don't think we pulled that clip, but he, you know, so I do think this was a huge tonal shift for him because he does have to show that he can take on Trump because Trump's going to try to mess with him. He already, and we're going to, you know, we'll talk about it, but like his tweet that was kind of like threatening if New York votes the wrong way, that they are going to, you know, he's going to deplete federal funding that they need. They're going to send ICE in there, you know, all of the disgusting things that they're going to do that they've already been doing. So I thought that he felt belligerent in the best possible way because he's fighting for real things, not just this like, sorry, I just had somebody said, hello, it's Thursday, dudes. And I'm like, wait, no, it's Wednesday, isn't it? I might have genius.
I do.
Because it should not be some nebulous democracy bullshit. It needs to be policies. He's listed 4 specific ones, but I think that this speech had a lot of texture in it. You know, he mentions the scourge of anti-Semitism, but then went right into Islamophobia.
Yeah.
And the discuss, you know, there was a video that Beitar put out, the terrorist group, the US branch of it. They threatened, you know, there was bomb threats against him and his campaign offices yesterday. I mean, he and his family have been threatened repeatedly. And he does have an image of being this nice guy who's always smiley, which I love. It's appealing. It's charming. He seems to love New York and love what makes New York, New York, which is the immigrants, which is all. I mean, he mentioned countries. I bet half of our country had never heard of some of the countries he mentioned, which I love. You know, he put out campaign ads in Arabic. He had, you know, rabbis putting them out in Yiddish. He spoke in, you know, I mean, several different languages and Spanish. We saw him trying several times. So look, I all of that, but yes, go ahead.
Well, if your motivation, as most politicians, is to just keep moving up the ladder with your political career, you use this moment to say you're gonna represent all people, and he did a little bit of that, but not. He did it in a way that's like, but I don't back the racists. Islamophobia is not going to work. Your xenophobia is not going to work. I love trans people. I'm not running in the middle and saying, you know, it's a purple state. I work for you. You know, he stood by his convictions, and the angry part of it was important because if he wasn't going to be a fighter, he would just keep that charm up. And this was a sign of fight. Now I know we need to hold him accountable. I'm not going to blanketly think, oh, he's the next Bernie and we should get behind him or anything. I mean, I'm going to get behind him, but I mean, the idea that we're just going to like, okay, well, he's in there, so now New York's in a good place or something. Like, no, we have to make sure he keeps fighting for all this shit, and anything he drops and pivots on, we have to hammer the fuck out of it.
And I mean, listen, I've been wrong before and burned before and did not want to be feeling the hope that I'm feeling right now, like some, you know, jaded, jilted lover. But I think that there are signs that he is different, or that he's learned a lesson, or that he is more enmeshed in. Listen, Bernie's just older. I mean, he's 50 years older than Zohran. I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm still disappointed in a lot of the things that Bernie did, but also Bernie woke a lot of us up. And I think that Bernie also came up in a time where there was a middle class that was pretty much thriving. Nobody who's been born since 1990 has known what it's like to have a thriving middle class. And nobody should ever be in poverty. And that's never been really addressed. I mean, right? So like, but now most of the country is one paycheck away from poverty, and we've been in a shutdown for 4 weeks, right? So like, I think he has a better handle on that and the fight that's necessary.
He's got a better handle on the fight, how to leverage the power of people that got him here. And it may be a small thing, and you could be a disingenuous politician and take advantage of this, but who goes on a 2 weeks hunger strike? Like, regular politicians are never going to fucking do that. Like, that alone gives him some cred to me, because I
didn't see the Kenta cloth though.
Right. So I think he's sincere. I mean, that's the important part.
Yeah.
It's how close he gets to power. Like, does AOC try to soften him? You know, like,
yeah. Listen, there are worrying signs for sure. And I also do think that one thing. Okay, let me just quickly, so I can put this away, because then I want to talk about the whole Van Jones of it all. Okay, at one point in the speech, he says, you campaign in poetry, but you govern in prose. And then Mamdani goes on to say, if that must be true, let the prose we write still rhyme, which I think is a beautiful turn of phrase. And it's also a bitchy little dig at Andrew Cuomo, because he was quoting Mario Cuomo. So I loved that when he said, you campaign in poetry, but you govern in prose. I love that. Okay. The other thing that I really think is so important, and I think he is aware of this, but I think the people like Van Jones, who wish he had taken a more gentle approach and been nicer to the billionaires, which is such bullshit. Because first of all, the billionaires aren't nice to any of us. There's no compromising with them. All they want is to take more. That's it. But they will be in his ear 24/7. So that's what we all have to do. That's what his 100,000 volunteers, that's what the grassroots movements that helped him get to this point, they cannot let up. There's no, oh, he isn't in office yet. Oh, it's just the first 100 days. No, they have got to be on him and be his excuse to continue his fight against the billionaire class. Yeah,
exactly. Did you see Mr. Wonderful, the guy from Shark Tanks, blow up? We didn't pull it, but he blew up. He's like, he won't meet with me. He won't meet with me. Like, you trashed him the whole election. You're the biggest symbol that, you know, most people know of just as pure greed. It's you.
Yeah. Yeah. What's his name? I can't remember. Yeah. Why would he meet with you? What are you going to offer him? Like 3/4 of your money? That's worth it. Otherwise, why? Okay. So just to go back to finish up some of the not to finish up, there's a lot. Some of the responses from people in his own party. Here is Pete Buttigieg extending congratulations last night.
Who's missing there?
New Jersey and Virginia have chosen well by electing Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger as their next governors. They are proven leaders who won by focusing on what matters most, how politics and policy can make everyday life better and more affordable. What a sniveling little piece of shit, awful person.
And yeah, and I guarantee you in 2028, he's running as Bernie. By the time 2028 runs around, he's running as Bernie.
Yeah. This is something that I think is hilarious about him. So when they broke down the racial breakdown of who voted and how for Zohran, the biggest voting block was Black men at 62%. And then wait, 'cause I can't see close enough. Okay, wait a second. And Black women were 47%. So Black men were the top block. Okay. For Buttigieg to omit
0%.
Mamdani, yeah, when he enjoys 0%, that's the top line there. This was from this summer. Buttigieg has 0% Black support. So it's no surprise that he left off the person who is actually supported by the constituency whom he couldn't give a fuck about.
Which all takes me back to 2020 flashbacks of Clyburn in South Carolina. You know, Bernie was running away with it, and then like South Carolina, ultra conservative Democrats, like religious as hell, but largely Black, gave them the position to say Black people don't like Bernie. And it was all narrative pushed by the party. It was not true, but they pushed it, and white people believed it. So white people thought, well, shit, Trump's going to win if we don't just listen to the Black people in our party. That was the narrative they wanted.
Yeah. Clyburn, what an asshole. I agree. When we had Shama on, I want her to get in his ear and remind him who got him to where he is.
Lena Khan being part of his transition team is very significant.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of the best signs you can have, in my opinion.
I agree. I totally agree. Just want to thank you. And I know we're saying your name wrong, Gezen82, for the super chat. New York City has an exodus of working class because of unaffordability. Zohran promised to change that for the working class. I hope he does, because again, what makes New York so special? It's not the billionaires. It's not what they did to Times Square, where it just looks like you're at, any outdoor mall now. That's not. It's the different ethnicities. It's the artists. It's the used to be working class reporters. It's the immigrants. It's the being. And here's the other thing, which that's going to be really scary when ICE starts flooding New York. But the difference between LA and New York is a small, concentrated group of people. I just do not think ICE has any idea, these agents or the National Guard or whatever, of the kind of outrage community and throngs of people who live on top of each other, who are there, who are angry, who are desperate,
who are outnumbering the fuck out of whoever's going to try to come in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a clash that we need to happen, though. You know, it's unfortunate because we'll be overpowered in these clashes, but this fight needs to happen. I did lick my pen cap.
Oh, really?
I took a swig and it just floated right up to the top, but it's too fat to get through the hole. There's a joke there somewhere. We're
that's
not
what she said.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
I'm drinking this one. This is the one I got for Dick Cheney, Reflections in Time. It's deep. Reflections in Time. The Iraq War. Cheney. Good old Iraq War.
1 million people and a whole area of the world completely disrupted. Not even to mention what it's done to our own people back here. I mean, what a disgusting, disgusting excuse for a man. Just awful.
Yeah, shot his friend in the face too. Let's not forget that.
That's like the best thing he ever did.
If you're friends with Dick Cheney and you're hanging out, you probably deserve a shot or two.
So thank you to us and Macarius. Trump officials are moving on to military bases. I saw that. That's crazy. What are they preparing for? Rubio and Kristi Noem. All right. So who else did?
Rotten piss. I mean, we need to say that more often. Rotten piss.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if the most qualified woman ever to run for president, Miss where is she? What's her name? Kamala. If she said anything about Zohran's win, but she did take the time to talk about Vice President Cheney, devoted public servant. His passing marks the loss of a figure who, with a strong sense of dedication, gave so much of his life to the country he loved. That woman has got to go the way of Hillary Clinton, both of them to their wine caves in the forest or whatever the fuck. Is she kidding?
It's such a, like, but who is that even for? These people, they're in their own circle. It's for the Republican people that were friends with Dick Cheney, and she's one of them. That's what that's about. It's not about what's good for her politically. It's just, these are my buddies. We're all one club here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dick Cheney's dead.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel. Dick Cheney's dead. Let's spin the damn wheel.
Okay. Yeah, because then we have a bunch more bunch more meltdown from the Mamdani win.
Yeah, baby.
What is
that? Sleeping Dogs.
That's very funny. People do start looking like their dogs, but that's very funny. Very cute. All right. I just poured myself another glass.
We brought it up and never even showed the Van Jones. Should we show that clip? Let's
show some of, well, there's like an overall meltdown, but yeah, let's go to the Van Jones one.
Zohran Mamdani, next mayor of New York City. And Jones, what you make of that?
Well, look, I've got divided reactions from my friends to this speech. First of all, you got to give the guy the credit. He defeated Democratic Party royalty, the Cuomo. That's a royal family in our party. Defeated them. Defeated the oligarchs and rich folks who jumped in to try to stop him, and then defeated Donald Trump. So the triumphalism that you see there is earned. A year ago, nobody ever heard of the guy. And the younger people who I'm hearing from feel a great deal of relief and pride, and they're fired up, and they feel they've been silenced for too long. So that speech appealed to some. But I think he missed an opportunity. I think the Mamdani that we saw on the campaign trail, who was a lot more calm, who was a lot warmer, who was a lot more embracing, was not present in that speech. And I think that Mamdani is the one you need to hear from tonight. There are a lot of people trying to figure out, can I get on this train with him or not? Is he going to include me? Is he going to be more of a class warrior even in office? I think he missed a chance tonight to open up and bring more people into the tent. I think his tone was sharp. I think he was using the microphone in a way that he was almost yelling. And that's not the Mamdani that we've seen on TikTok and the great interviews and stuff like that. So I felt like there's a little bit of a character switch here, where the warm, open, embracing guy that's close to working people was not on stage tonight, and there was some other voice on stage. That said, he's very young, and he just pulled off something that's very, very difficult. And I wouldn't write him off, but I think he missed an opportunity to open himself up tonight, and I think that will probably cost him going forward.
Van Jones should go back to telling funny jokes about dead Gazan babies.
Yeah, Zionists, shut up, dude. The guy, after his dead baby joke, haha, on Bill Maher, it was revealed literally that week that he was getting paid by AIPAC to start some like anti-Semitism bullshit group. But anyway, the part that caught me in that video is this gives the game away with Van Jones. He's like, are people gonna, his friends, he's doing this thing about his friends. Are they gonna, is he gonna represent me, or is he gonna actually be the working class guy? Like it's a shock. Like, is he gonna really be the guy he ran on? Because that's not for me, like, we don't want. You're gonna be a working class warrior? What? Come on.
I mean, he should be nicer. He missed an opportunity to include people like me, or people who include other people. Who are those people? And those people who are all offended by anything that Mamdani said are waging class war against us every second of every day. Like it's like when workers go on strike and report, corporate journalists will go and be like, don't you feel bad you're shutting down the railway right before Christmas? Like, ask Warren Buffett that. Ask the railway owners who are denying it. Why do they feel like they can create a world that relies on keeping all of us in poverty? Those are the warriors. They're constantly waging class war. Nobody should care how billionaires feel. It's ridiculous. And for Van Jones to sit there and make that part of the case against Mamdani.
And that's why he's so mad. That's why he's salty, because, this guy's actually going to fight. And why we don't want him to be angry. Well, the exact thing you would want if you're a leftist who's going to try to galvanize this base, who gave you this mandate to make these changes. You need anger to fuel them in the next phase, because you don't want them sleeping on this shit. You don't want them thinking, oh, good, we got the mayor. No, you get mad, get to work, stay. All you people that campaign for me, hit the streets, knock on 300,000 doors, but this time make it for a policy.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Van Jones is just so disgraceful, even to say that. But,
It's a
that
joke.
is something that a lot of libs have fallen into. Bernie was too mean. He's got such an angry voice. Yeah, we're all angry. You think Bill Ackman isn't angry? He just gets to be angry with his hundreds of billions of dollars. You think that Peter Thiel doesn't want us all dead? Or Elon Musk or Bill Gates, who doesn't really care about climate change all that much anymore, and definitely didn't care about waiving the patent on the COVID vaccine to try to save millions of people's lives when they first came out with the vaccine. They hate us. They are constantly trying to kill all of us one way or the other. No, don't be nice to them. That's not how politics works. And he knows that.
Yeah. No, he knows it. He knows his role now. He's a fake gateway to fake progressivism. He gets to come out and pretend he's the progressive who's critical of the progressive. And that's his role on news.
Once his contract is up here, they're going to move him over to Fox News, I'm sure. He'll be like ex-liberal, like how they do with Michael Steele, who's on, MSNBC. Yeah. Jedson 82, thank you. Asked Timmy Chin why he doesn't have a turkey van. Yeah, I mean, honestly, these people are just they really are just talking to their donors and the people who have their media contracts, because nobody is buying this shit anymore at all.
I mean, it's slim pickings. They don't have a countervailing strategy to like, hey, let's not talk about policies that are economically harming the middle class.
Yep.
So they don't have an alternative. So if you want to win, you got to talk about that stuff, and they don't have it. So they got to hang on to like guys like Van Jones to say the progressive's the bad guy. I mean, I'm progressive, but like he's doing it wrong,
Yeah. Which is like that's an old CIA tactic, right? Like I agree with everything you're saying, just not the way you say it. Everything.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah. And now you're going to make me go right. Like you're going to make me, I believe in Medicare for all, but I don't know. There's just something about the way you approach people. Just gross. Okay. And by the way, there's like 600 Lila is right. I just didn't want to embarrass you by putting him up there.
I can't believe you put them all on screener. They didn't happen.
Okay.
All right, fine. You're right. Let's go. Moving on.
So there was, and by the way, also just, if there was any doubt, also Cory Booker only mentions Abigail Spanbanger. How the hell do you say her spook last name? And Mikey Sherrill.
Yeah, another person I'm going to never say her name right on purpose out of disrespect.
Yeah, 100%. But I wish I could do that with Cory Booker too. Sometimes I misspell his first name. I put an E between the R and the Y.
Dory Hooker.
Just to piss him off. Yeah. So then obviously, New York Post does this. On your marks, get set, Zoe. Socialist Mamdani wins race for mayor, the Red Apple. Honestly, like I love everything about it. I just, I mean it sincerely, but yeah.
It's wild that they're so dumb that they have the hammer and sickle with socialist, which is not communist. Those are two. Yeah. Communists are socialists also, but being a socialist does not make you a communist. It's an extension of communism. It's one part.
It's just, I mean, the meltdown. Trump, I mean, like if we had a party of opposition who actually wanted to get rid of him, he put up this long tweet or truth, whatever, threatening New York City if they voted improperly. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens, but it makes it all the more necessary that Zohran assumed this more pugnacious, belligerent, righteously angry tone, I think. Communist candidate Zohran Mamdani wins the election for mayor of New York City. It is highly unlikely that I will be contributing federal funds like it's his fucking country, other than the very minimum as required to my beloved first home. New Yorkers, by the way, hate him because of the fact that,
by the way, he's not allowed to do business in New York. He's so fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
But
and he and his kids are not allowed to do any charity, like start any charities, because they've absconded with so much of the money. Yeah. because of the fact that as a communist, this once great city, I love the dangling modifier. He's such a moron. As a communist, this once great city has zero chance of success or even survival. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye. Bye. But, Zohran Mamdani's right. New York did create him. They created him by electing people like Giuliani, who, cleaned up New York with the stop and frisk and the broken window, and then Bloomberg, and made it truly just like a Disney mall. Where
and you've got corrupt Democrats blocking everything left in their own party. And not that their party wanted to do anything, but it's just they were backing Republican groups to stop progressive policy. So, and there's good news, more good news. Dershowitz,
he's
leave.
Okay. So wait. So we were both pulling different things. I mean, that's okay news. I kind of like this one better.
That is a step up.
Although he did say he
Dershowitz,
said,
come on, pup.
Yeah,
do it.
He said that was taken out of context, or he never meant it, or whatever. Here's representative. I mean, this is a sitting member in our government. Wake up, New York, using 9/11 as your punchline scare tactic. Just gross. This, I think, is. I mean, I can't believe, Will and Grace. I actually really liked that show when it was running on the air. Deborah Messing is just a repugnant person. She is now retweeting Breitbart, Newsmax, Donald Trump. And this is what she put out. I mean, I honestly can't imagine writing this and then pressing publish or send or whatever. In Judaism and Christianity, we are commanded to speak the truth. In Islam, they're commanded to lie if it means spreading Islam. Do not disregard this fundamental ideological difference. Now take a look at Mamdani, apply that basic rule, listen to his words, then watch his actions. He's revealing their goal, mass conversion. These two opposing civilizations cannot coexist. I'll tell you, I cannot coexist on a planet with people with that level of racism that they wear so proudly. Like, it is disgusting.
I mean, you're making this a religious thing against brown people right here, Deborah Messing.
Yeah.
You were on a show, your whole popularity comes from a show where you were roommates with gay people, or a gay guy or two or something. I don't remember exactly. And here you are choosing the two good religions against the other religion, and you're some Democrat, and that's how you're going to run the country. You think the country should be run by what? If not just white people, okay, brown Christians can run the country, I guess, but not brown Muslims.
And by the way,
Islam,
Israel is blowing up brown Christians' schools and churches in Palestine anyway. But like, Jesus Christ. I just like to say those words. She's like Bill Maher. But like, people who said pray for Gaza or ceasefire lost their agents, lost their film roles. They were blacklisted in Hollywood for just an affirmative, like, I pray for the children of Gaza, not even globalize Intifada, which I think everybody should say every day. Of course, we should globalize Intifada. But she gets to just write that. And fine. She's fine. Jezen 82, Scrooge is going to have a visit soon. I hope
Gezen,
so. Is it Gezen? And thank you.
Is it Gezen or Giesen? I feel like it's Giesen.
Giesen? All right, you're going to have to.
Giesen? Somebody
you're going to have to get a pronunciation. A pronunciation.
So we don't keep getting it wrong. Yeah. Deborah Messing can fall off the face of the earth any day now. Her and who's that New Yorker guy from Do the Right Thing?
Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport. What a fucking dude. The good news is he didn't have much of a career, but he ended it with that shit. Everyone fucking hates that guy. They're not hiring him to fucking do anything.
Yeah, he is also, I mean, I can't even think of another word other than disgraceful for all of these people. There's got to be something angrier and more evil, but that's where I am right now on my second and a half glass of wine. Gezin, thank you. And your next, anything you write, please let us know how to pronounce your name. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Oh, that's sort of funny. Autocorrected to Debrat. That's funny.
Right.
You know, and yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Jay, I agree. I mean, for so many different reasons, Jews it is absolutely crucial that we all carve out the biggest ditch chasm between ourselves and Zionists who are Nazis. Like, that is the only way to feel any pride in continuing to announce to anybody that I'm Jewish, is to distinguish myself from the fascist, Nazi, apartheid, genocidal, rogue state, terrorist state of Israel. It is so important. And then people like this lady get to walk around saying that she's feeling threatened because Zohran Mamdani is the mayor. Good.
Look, there's levels of this
Israel.
stuff. There's levels of this stuff. Like the level where you're scared, it's bullshit. But, you know, I don't know what's in your heart, right? You can say you're scared, right. You're misinformed. Yeah. But here you are putting in writing that this whole other religion is out to get us and they're all fucking liars. Like, that's another level of just scumbaggery. And the Democratic Party is going to love her forever because she's a hit dog against progressives.
Yep.
So she's not going away anytime soon. They won't criticize her for that at all.
No, that's fine. But they'll talk about, you know, Bernie being a racist, not Pete Buttigieg with his big scandal back in wherever the hell in Indiana he lived. What's that town called?
Third parties are the spoilers.
Yeah.
Parties are. Oh, our third party candidate didn't win, who was literally spoiling, who ran and lost. And he didn't win.
It is so important. That is why you don't give an inch on any of this, which is why I really wish, and I mean, who knows? Listen, I'm not in politics and maybe it would have lost him the election. I just don't believe it. But, you know, globalize the intifada means globalize the struggle. It does not mean kill Jews. That's a lie. And so the second that you say, I condemn Hamas, or I would never use that phrase, you are giving them an inch, and it doesn't matter. They're never going to be satisfied because that's not really what it's about anyway. So just do not ever concede an inch to these genocidal maniacs. God, I hate them all so much. Like, so.
Lila, you're frozen. Are you back?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah. Okay.
Okay. You unfroze.
But wait,
sorry.
Gezin. I know you can't nod. Blink if you see it. No. It's words for my first and last name combined. Okay.
Got it.
I mean, I guess
it could be Geese still. It's still unknown.
Gezin, maybe Jez, because GIF, like a GIF. The E should make the G soft, just
I'll
like
make
in
it about GIF. It's GIF.
Nope, it's not. Thank you again. That is incredibly generous. Thank you. I just want to make sure that as we're trying to get through all this stuff. Yeah. Also that not Sheryl Sandberg, right? Will you hide me? Will you hide me? Yeah. The billionaire head of Meta, who's like canceling accounts, hiring people who used to serve in the IDF in their 8200 spy unit to comb through people's social media and only promote, you know, pro-Zionist lies. She's worried that she's, you know, going to get attacked for something, you know, that's not something she should be attacked for. Thank you, 2Fs. Cheers. Okay, so there was a lot more meltdown. We got a lot of Jews. There are people saying they will consider selling their properties and moving from New York to Florida. Bye. And we're also hearing voices talking about Aliyah in the event of a Zohran Mamdani victory in the New York City mayoral race. Israeli Consul General in New York, Ophir Akunis, said. Yeah, they'll just escape to Israel. and, buy a settlement, like be government subsidized to steal more land from Palestinians.
Well, I don't want that, but if you leave New York, everyone's going to be happy about that part.
Absolutely go.
See you.
Yeah, just go. New York, and New York Post also doing the same thing. I mean, it's just all so sick. And the ADL just put out, put him on notice. ADL launches initiative to track and monitor Mamdani administration policies and appointments, protect Jewish New Yorkers. They cannot point to a single thing he has ever said or done that is anti-Semitic without lying and saying, because he said from the river to the sea.
Yeah, that's it. It's the two things. It's the river to the sea and globalize the intifada.
Which he never said, but I mean, he should. We all should. But like, he never even said it.
Right.
And because he said he wouldn't go to Israel, he would stay in New York and take care of New Yorkers.
Yeah, and obviously that line won him over compared to them. You got the other two candidates in the debate totally kissing Israel's ass, which, like, this is a New York debate. Why are you doing this? And
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to get over there and visit Israel. Like, this has nothing to do with, and the fact that he had so much Israeli support is like their whole argument, just all of it fell shallow and nobody believed it.
Jewish support. Sorry. Jewish.
Oh, I said Israeli, Jewish.
Don't do that.
The IDF is totally behind Mamdani.
They love him.
Mamdani.
Okay. Wait. So no. Okay. Gez. No just sound. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Got it.
We'll work. I know we're still on this topic, but somebody said spin the wheel, so I can compromise. I have a compromise on the wheel. Should we do the?
Yeah.
The Zohran song.
We want to quickly Reflect the Sun. Thank you for your $5 super
Cheers.
chat. Thank you. Yes, but whatever. Call an audible.
I'm gonna audible and inject some. Whoops.
Oh.
What?
Zohran Mamdani.
The name is Mamdani. From the Bangladeshi auntie to the parent stranger, say you for nothing. Fight for working people, no apology. Fight for a city that works for everybody. From Port Richmond to Jackson Heights, from Harlem to Bay Ridge. In the limited rights. We deserve a city we can afford and a life of dignity where we can do more and keep on the lights. Make buses fast and free. Eliminate the fare, make them move with ease. Freeze the rent, build housing where everyone needs. Childcare and no cost to parents. Not a green when I look out to the midnight skyline. I see strangers hugging each other in dark time. We won with the most votes in city history. Victory shattered Cuomo's inevitability. The billionaires not scared. Work day and night to stop Mamdani is Mamdani. From the Bangladeshi auntie to the parent stranger, say you for nothing. Fight for working people, no apology. Fight for a city that works for everybody. From Port Richmond to Jackson Heights, from Harlem to Bay Ridge. In the limited rights. We deserve a city we can afford and a life of dignity where we can do more and keep on the lights. People started to learn how to pronounce my name. Hell yeah. Right now, it's off the top of the dome.
Okay, I love that so much. I replayed that moment from that rally so many times because I could not hear what the person in the audience said, where he stops and he's like, hell yeah. What did the person say? I replayed it. I boosted my sound. I could never hear it. I played that rally back so many times. If anybody knows, because I loved his reaction. It was so, like, he's just so charming. He's so charming. I love him. Okay, I just wanted to say that we concur. They think that leaving will be a bummer for the rest of New York. It's like checking shit off a list that Mamdani's already achieving if these people skedaddle. Go. And yeah, racism towards Palestinians is an integral part of Israel's educational curriculum. I mean, it's horrific. The way that these I was listening. I know you're not always a big fan, but I was listening to Chapo, and they had on Nathaniel Jasper, who is a Jewish New York American U.S. citizen, who goes to the West Bank to document and to try to provide some level of protection as a white U.S. citizen to Palestinians who are occupied and terrorized by Israeli settlers. And I think it was either Felix or Matt who called them feral street urchins, these young Israeli kids who come, they set fire to things, they steal other children's bikes, they hit adults, they berate them, they abuse them. They are, I mean, it's like a country of truly evil. They have been so indoctrinated. There has to be, the denazification that happened in Japan. Like, we've got to get that going on over there. And I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Oh, actually, that you're talking about the villages, I think, in Florida, and I have heard that. That's very funny.
Yeah, you brought up Chapo though. I don't dislike Chapo. I watched their live thing. They came to Sacramento, and I watched them live once. But one of those guys, I don't remember who's who anymore, but one of them talked shit about Peter Douche for some reason. He didn't like Peter Douche.
Oh, really?
My parody. And I'm like, why did you single out my, why would you just not say anything? Because
especially since we're on the same side.
Allies. So the ego of it all, I think it was Virgil. I remember Virgil.
Oh, maybe it was. That would make me feel better because he's the one who is, persona non grata now. And also Sonny. Yeah, it's like, what's the thing that, it's like the burn that grade schoolers, it's like, this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just go. Don't threaten us with a good time. Jeez. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Zainab. I'm glad he won, but pensive about the movement being built around a single person again and progressives making Dem reform arguments again. I agree. I will say one line in there was, I loved every part of this speech. I really did. But it was 22 minutes and we couldn't just pull that. But, he says, I've been criticized for being young, despite my best efforts to get older. Yeah. For being Muslim and for being a democratic socialist. And what I will not do is apologize for any of that. And he does, the fact that he brings in, he also made references to, so Eugene Debs, Mario Cuomo, Fiorella LaGuardia, Jawaharlal Nehru, in India. Like, I do think he talked about the people who are there with him on the ground and how this is a fight for the working class and immigrants. I mean,
I think he positioned it as an ongoing fight in what's next. And his appointment so far suggests that as well. So yeah, we're not going to stop holding him to account. But he could have just softened what he said in a way that diffused the energy without trying to. Instead, he tried to rally the energy up. And I don't know. Believe me, I'm not trusting it till I see it either. I agree with you, Zaina.
Listen, every time we talk about him, we start with 8 qualifying statements, and then, but I think a few things. One is, I think there's a different energy, and we are in way more desperate times, and we're more aware of it than people, I think, were in 2008. I think a lot of us have been awakened to the people who come in not even being honest. They say the right things, but right away betray their base, like Obama, like AOC. I think he has a history of, there are videos, like one video that we pulled was right after, it was on October 20th of 2023. And it's a rally for a ceasefire. And he's there, and we don't need to watch the whole thing, but I just love this beginning bit
We have teenagers who are sitting with us ready for their first civil disobedience, and we have uncles. No appeal for the teenagers. The only way.
Like, he calls out the teenagers there to get people involved, not to demean them and denigrate them and say, oh, you don't know enough and it's complicated, and watch and learn. It's like, you're here, you're part of the group. I don't know. There's just a lot of solidarity, and I think his past that we are aware of show that. It doesn't mean that he can't be swung the wrong way, which again is why those 100,000 volunteers and all the people he promised things to, we all have to hold him accountable. Like, that has to happen. He won't get any of the things he promised if he does not engage and keep people engaged to help him fight for it. He cannot do it on his own. And I don't know. I feel like he's mired in the reality of working class struggle enough, but I don't know. I don't know his true heart. I can only say what we've seen, right?
Yeah. No, we can't know what he's going to do, but I think we know he knows the position he's in now. Like, I don't think he's going to strategically make a mistake on this stuff. I think he knows you need to leverage these people in a way that Bernie didn't.
Yeah.
And he's setting himself up to do that. Now I hate to say it, but let's get Bernie out of this fucking ear. Like, I don't want him taking any squad lessons from AOC. Like, that's the part we don't have. We don't need. We need an example of somebody who did it without the party's support and just made it happen. Yeah, he's a Democrat, but like, he made it happen for his town, and other towns can just make it fucking happen. You know, if the people are going to get upset enough about it and raise hell enough constantly.
Yeah.
Get a win. Let's get some wins.
Yeah, you have to get those wins. And listen, I mean, I see, I'm trying to read them quickly, and sorry, because I'm not able to do it. I will go back.
Some Luigi's. Let's get him some Luigi's, and we'll make our points.
Listen, we know Chris Hedges talks about it all the time. Politics is a game of fear. Nobody is afraid of the No Kings parades, right?
Yeah.
So we really need that energy. Okay. But there was a lot more. So wait. Okay. I just want to see the last. Okay, we did the Van Jones bit. I don't know. Some of these people, like, do we really? What is wrong with Cuomo? Like, first of all, he's just like a disgusting, awful human being, repellent, selfish, sex assaulter, killer of 10,000 elderly people. Before this past week, one of his last ads, he ran an ad. Okay, he ran an ad, which is at the bottom. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. A vote for Sliwa is a vote for Mamdani. And here's the proof. Just this past March, Sliwa was openly supporting Mamdani. The video that he shows is at a memorial for nursing homes for the 10,000 people he sent to their deaths because of COVID. And, so Sliwa calls him out, truly despicable, disgusting, desperate. The footage was from Voices for Seniors Memorial, not a campaign event where all candidates were invited to honor the 15,000 elderly that died because of Cuomo's nursing home order. You have blood on your hands, Andrew. You never apologized, and now you're mocking the memorial to say it was a campaign event. New Yorkers are smarter than this. Will you apologize? Also, of course, he didn't show up to that memorial event. He's just an absolute abomination.
Yeah, but he's also so politically terrible and just a Nepo baby who got power at an early age.
Yeah.
A rich Nepo baby. That's why we have him.
Yep.
But he did end up voicing his first sort of apology after this. So he's bad at politics because he got owned by this whole thing. He looked like an idiot, which he is. And he's gone. So my question is, what is he trying to do now with all of this, other than get favor with the Democratic Party for still attacking the progressive, because he's got no political future.
Well, okay. I mean, now I think he's just going to scurry off to oblivion.
Or scurry off, but like,
show.
Yeah, well, show.
I think that, but like at that point, I think he was trying to. He thought he would get away with it, like the internet and history doesn't exist.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sorry, I brought up the post-election loss is what I was referring to. Where's he going with this? Because he's still attacking Mamdani and very,
didn't call like he and Adam didn't call, but okay, but this was his last ad. I mean, just out to lunch. Look at this. Cuomo's last ad before yesterday's election.
I'm going to impart a little trivia today because a lot of questions have been asked. This is a 1996 Ford Bronco. Yes, it is an oldie, but it is a goodie. It is a classic. If you know your stuff, you know that 1996 is the last year for the full-size Bronco. I've had it for many, many years, many good memories. I had the kids in this truck when they were very small. Also been ridiculed quite a bit. People saying, oh, that's the OJ Bronco. Actually, it's not the OJ Bronco. And if you look closer, you will see the black and gold stripe on the side. That clearly distinguishes it from the OJ Bronco.
Yeah, I see that.
You would also notice a different color interior. So
important.
While not the OJ Bronco, it is still a classic piece of automobile history. And it's my good luck truck. And that's why I took it out at the end of the campaign, because we're going to win. Why? Because of this Ford Bronco.
That worked
Whatever
out.
you do, mention OJ as much as possible right before people go vote.
A lot of people think I'm driving the murder truck. A lot of people do. It's
like
funny. It's hilarious. People think I'm the murderer. A lot of people think I killed Nicole Simpson. Funny story. I just drive a car that's just like the one that killed.
Oh my God. You got to wonder what his staffers were thinking about him, goading him on like that, right?
This is not to pivot too much, but I just remembered something. I was watching CNN's election coverage, and they had a Republican on while they had a panel discussing it, and he made a good point. He called out CNN live on air, like, did you guys put up a picture of Cuomo from like 40 years ago? Because they had this young Cuomo photo. And it's like, you are sculpting a narrative. Like, why would you possibly like pick this young ass photo of Cuomo? Like, and he was dead on. And they were just like, they had no good response to it at all.
Because their bosses want him. Does Barry Rice own CNN also?
CBS.
CBS and Paramount? Not owned, but I know she's the editorial.
She's firing all the people of color.
Okay, then the other like crazy, and then we'll be done with him, but it is just sort of funny. He was on this Ebro show in New York, which I think is a local podcast, and he did not like the direction of the questioning.
Your boy was just on 60 Minutes, Cuomo, saying that you're his guy.
No.
Trump said you're his candidate. If he had to pick a bad Democrat or what did he say? Or a communist. Or a communist, he's picking you.
Hello?
I think that they cut him off. I think he had to rap.
You just I really wanted to hear that answer. That's what I was going to ask you.
Ebro just got spicy.
Oh.
I heard a click before the boop.
Wow. Okay.
Oh well.
I mean, you just walk away like he just doesn't seem to have any enjoyment of any of this. Like he's clearly not even trying to get along with
he's mad.
He
had to run. He's been gifted all of this. He's failed up his entire life. He killed all these people in the nursing homes, forcing them into these. he's just a scumbag. He dropped out of the race before he ran again because of fucking 13, 14 sexual assault claims. Loses the race and still runs.
Like a Democrat. Wait, who was it? I can't remember if it was Spanberger or I don't know, Dingle. One of them said something like, well, about Mamdani, like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the other wins that Democrats had, because if he wants our support, he needs to be a Democrat. No, Mamdani, like, one of the biggest knocks against him from all of us is that he did run in the Democratic Party as a Democrat. Cuomo went through the primary and then ran as not a Democrat, but they like him. Like, they are so dishonest. And again, that whole tactic, like when they're like, oh, Bernie's not even a Democrat. Well, you know what else? He was never a fucking Republican like Liz Warren or Hillary Clinton. Right?
In the home stretch of his campaign, he wasn't like, thank God I got the evil fucking fascist president to back me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, not even a Democrat. What does it mean to be a Democrat? Center, just a little to the left. They're just all so awful. I do want to say, because I've seen a lot of like warm fuzzies for Sliwa, just because he's like calls out Cuomo and Eric Adams. But like, I just want to make sure that nobody thinks for a moment that he's actually like a good guy. This was his message to Mamdani.
Let me warn our new leader. If you try to implement socialism, if you try to render our police weak and impotent, if you forsake the people's public safety, we're not only organizing, but we are mobilizing, and we will become the mayor-elect and his supporters' worst enemies, worst nightmare.
He's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
I can't stop noticing, like, who was giving him a massage there? That's what I kept noticing, the hand on the back. I can't stop looking. Is it the guy in the white jacket? Who was really into Sliwa? But yeah, dude, this fear of like Sliwa's guardian angel tribe taking on. Hey, bad cops, leave. Like, the cops are threatening to leave. Yeah, good. You're not going to leave. You're making so much money for the safest job on earth because you don't fucking do anything. You watch your phones on the subway, and once in a while capture somebody for jumping the aisles and saving $6.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awful. Just awful. Okay. Wait, I think there is one more thing before we can like maybe spin again and shift, but let me just see. All right. What was it? Oh, I know. There was an inkling of an exciting thing that might be happening that hasn't been fully announced yet, but this was at the after part or at the victory party yesterday. Zateo was there, Mehdi Hassan and Prem Tucker, and they were talking to former Assemblyman Michael Blake, who hinted that he plans to challenge Richie Torres for New York's 15th congressional district. So let's hope that happens. He's a good progressive, and Richie Torres needs to be thrown out of Congress. So, the more, and I do think it's like infectious, the excitement to see like being pro or anti-genocide, anti-Zionist, anti-AIPAC, speaking forcefully and without apologies about the progressive left, socialist, whatever policies that you want. Even AOC is pretending she's back to being a little on the left now.
Here's the thing: the libs that just care about winning, they should be ecstatic about this because it is a narrative. It's a reason for people to get behind the Democratic Party again. I'm not going to myself, but your lib friends, hey, here's an actual guy that says he represents what you always say you represent. and he won it, and there's proof it can be done other places. So maybe you shouldn't shit on progressives that are trying to run within your fucking corrupt ass party.
I mean, they're so hateful. And I think that's also like, they can't even hide their contempt for the left flank of their party that actually represents what most voters want, that would help get people elected more if they follow that, because they're just Republicans. They're capitalists. Like, that's it. They can talk about like civil rights or oh my God, why do I always have a problem with this? Civil rights issues or social justice issues, because they don't think that any of them will ever affect their pocketbooks. The second they think they might affect their pocketbooks, they throw all of them under the bus, whether it's immigrants or, LGBTQ plus, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. But that's the only distinction between the two capitalist parties, is one pretends that they care about marginalized communities, but they don't.
Right. But I think the thing where we can reach libs still is that most libs are going to be utterly unaffected negatively by any progressive policy.
Right.
Like, they're not wealthy enough to be affected by by this policy. They're just offended by, Trump's mannerisms and tone and, that stuff. So if we have an example of progressivism not harming people and New Yorkers actually liking it, I think that helps us with the libs in the long run.
I think so too. And unfortunately, they just don't have courage. And so it's not until a famous person or somebody gives them permission to say that it's a genocide, or say that we all need healthcare or a living wage, or, like, they won't do any of that until they're given permission by corporate media or famous people or whatever. And I think, they are very much fair weather friends, but yes, I think that there are moments possibly they could get on board.
But Mamdani's win, like, it deflates a little bit of the fear mongering argument against progressives as well. I think, I think it shows that, like, because I don't know how many people I've known in the real world, family included, that, like, they will completely agree with me on policy, on the economic situation in this country, everything. And then election time runs around, they're like, fuck Trump, fearmonger, we got to just go for the safe guy. And seeing somebody not safe, not run a safe campaign boldly and then win over half the people, those kind of examples can shake up these libs that think you got to stick to the fucking shit that Democrats are telling you. Yeah. You don't have to listen to Claire McCaskill on CNN, who got hired because she lost fucking every election she ran in the last, how many elections she lose, and she's out there telling everybody how to win elections. So we have example. It's another example.
Yeah, it is another example. It's another example. And we just need to make sure that he gets the wins that he promised, the policies, and also that he does not capitulate. Sorry, Lori, that's very funny. They knew it was a genocide the moment Trump took office, just like they stopped caring about COVID the moment Biden took office. I mean, it's like they are just so without any sort of consistency or ideological courage. It's really sick, but it's why they scratch a liberal, a fascist bleeds. We know that, but yes, it's really depressing. Not hard. Zohran showed Kamala how to win, but 100%. And thank you for another super chat. Gez, right? Gez. Yeah. Did I get it right? Oh my God, too much fun.
No, it's definitely a G, hard G.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it. Nobody wants to give away a second of privilege or be uncomfortable. They can talk about it as long as it doesn't affect them, and as soon as it does, then it's over. It's really pretty pathetic. Okay. Wait, but there were a couple more things, but we can. What do you want to do? Should we spin? Should we finish?
If you ask, we spin.
We got to spin. Yeah.
Those are the rules.
How do I not know this rule over and over? I keep doing the same mistake. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
All right. So this is some real slow, dry humor, but I appreciated it.
I love watching your TikTok, which is next level. Clearly, that's expressed by my 13-year-old son.
No, God, please, no, no.
Richard Bruce Cheney. Wow. Didn't see this one coming. Just kidding. Oh, man. Well, look, I'm going to shoot you straight here. You know what you did. So, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Yeah. I did this to myself. Yeah, you sure did, buddy. You sure did. Take it easy.
That feels so gentle for him, but yes, that's very funny.
I was just looking for something, and he's burning in fire for a while.
I love it.
You know,
yeah, burn away. Like a long, slow burn. Painful.
Yes.
Painful. Capitalism serves the oligarchy. Socialism serves the people. Exactly right. Mud of genius. And this Eugene Debs quotation, I love. While there is a lower class, I am in it. While there is a criminal element, I am of it. And while there is a soul in prison, I am not free. I love that. Okay. So, we have shown a couple of Marjorie Taylor Greene moments of speaking out against the genocide, speaking up for healthcare. She's an awful person. Like, she's a racist. She's anti-Jewish. Talked about like the Jewish space lasers and great replacement theory. I mean, she's just a disgusting person on so many levels. I don't trust her. Not on my team, whatever. But if your project in Congress is to, because you're not in power at this point, squad members, you've got somebody who has a large platform of people who have been described as unreachable, deplorable, whatever, because they voted for Trump, but were leaving Trump, many of whom voted for Obama before they didn't vote for Hillary. Like, if you believe that politics is persuasion and you can persuade people and get them to support the policies that are necessary, why do you do this?
Here's some tea for you. MTG, people are like, oh my God, she's saying all of these things. Like, what's gotten into her lately? Oh, like she's bucking against Trump. She's bucking against the administration. Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia. She wanted to run for Senate earlier this year in the state of Georgia. She wanted to be the Republican nominee for Senate. So she was gearing up for that statewide race, and Trump told her no. Trump said no. And the White House and Trump land shut down Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal ambitions to run for Senate. And she has been on a revenge tour ever since.
What's the point of that?
I don't care if it's true. I don't care if it's true. Like, you should be saying, here are you guys, if you're starting to think she's right, well, let me tell you what she's right about.
Yeah. welcome to our side for anti-genocide and healthcare for everybody. And use your skills in language to manipulate what Marjorie Taylor Greene says and the way she says it, to, if you are truly on the left and you truly believe in these things, you welcome her in by finessing the language and helping her see it, or her followers see it the way we want to present it.
Yeah,
why would you
look,
do that?
I mean, I don't mind saying, like, look, you don't trust her motives, but like, just don't make it about like a dish in the dirt girl kind of moment.
Yeah.
Like, this is a dish in the dirt girl moment. You should say, I don't trust her. This is political calculation, but she's right about this. And let me tell you, she's right about that. And then she's, you know, do that. Like,
but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like, you know, I think it's one thing for us to say that, or anybody outside of the halls of Congress. But the truth is, you do have to, you know, part of the reason that Bernie was the amendment king was because he could carve out little niches with his friends across the aisle for, you know, veterans benefits, or for, you know, like they could find a little bit of common ground. And you don't do that by sowing division. What you do is only focus on the one policy that you think you maybe could find agreement on, and you welcome them in. So you welcome in her supporters, right? Like that, all that does is kill a possibility of a real movement. It's like, I don't know. It's like anti-politics. I don't understand what that is.
Well, it doesn't make sense, because you do what you should be doing is saying, okay, you said you support this, the kids should eat. So here's some legislation. I'm glad we're going to get your support on the kids should eat fucking program.
Let me get off my stupid Instagram thirst trap. And here's a bill that we could all get behind, or whatever, however the hell they all do it. Like, but something that's an affirmative push forward for policy that help people. That is like Beverly Hills 90210 shit. Like, what is that? TMZ? Like, I've got the tea. Oh my God. Like, it's just awful. Drink, Citizen Pandeo. Vodka and grapefruit pop sounds delicious.
Greyhound used to be my my college drink. Well, rum and Coke with a shot of Jack behind it, but Jack and Coke with a shot of Jack was.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, mixing the liquors is hard for me. Yeah.
But then Greyhounds, I love a Greyhound. I still love a good.
Yeah, because they're well, actually, when you talk about some of your beers with like the grapefruit, yeah, I like that.
Bitter. I like bitter.
Me too.
New beer, Pillars of Creation, same original Pattern Brewing, all three of them tonight. Still not sponsors, but they're Oakland beer, and it's like a week old.
Get those sponsorships. I love that you switched to a blue screen so that we can see your green stuff now. That was important.
Oh, true.
That's good.
That's insider stuff. That's your dish in the dirt.
I'm gonna spill the tea, you guys. He switched from first I have to have the camera above my head and lie on a bed while I'm making mac and cheese or something. Yeah, I'm just looking at everybody's comments on her because it makes.
Well, she continues to meet the moment of when we need a serious, angry Mamdani kind of guy. We need somebody to say, we can't fucking handle this. We got to fight back and push. And she's just like, oh my God, the Democrats, the Republicans.
I mean, yeah. It's
like, who is that message for? Like you said, like, is it for, it feels like it's for like 18-year-old influencers.
Yeah. And also all it does is kill any possible solidarity for a cause that you pretend you believe in, that you didn't talk about for 4 years when Biden was president. But like healthcare, she's talking about healthcare. She's saying she's disappointed with her party because they have nothing to combat the horrific Obamacare health insurance subsidy giveaway, right? So like,
and now she's latching on to Mamdani like, oh, he's the birth of me. I birthed Mamdani, and you know, Bernie birthed me, and like, this is this continuation of the squad somehow. And then she just showed up a week ago. She was not in this fight.
I mean, truly. Because even though she did latch onto Mamdani, earlier than Jeffries, it still took her a bit of time. It was like right before the primary, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just massively disappointing. Yeah. That's
well, remember
right.
her line was because they asked her about her endorsing. She's like, "Oh, I want him to find his own legs," kind of like something like that. Like,
yeah, that's how that always works.
He needs to. We want to see him grow on his own. Like, that's why she wasn't endorsing yet.
Yep.
And she wasn't endorsing like when people were like, "Why aren't you endorsing?"
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, he already has massive popularity, but it'd be nice on a national level or just an extra boost.
Yeah.
It reminds me.
It's almost.
Yeah.
It's almost like Jeffries, but just a different version of it. Like, she didn't really want to.
Well, she wasn't sure if it was. Yeah. Was it going to hurt her career? Was it going to go to Cuomo? Would she be punished? Yeah, they all should come out right now and say that they will not ever vote for a Chuck Schumer or Jeffries to lead either chamber ever. And they have to be primaried, which is why, like, her word salad response, like a week or two ago, we showed that clip where she and Bernie were doing a town hall. I think it was CNN. And somebody asked, "Oh, are you going to primary?" There's talk. Are you going to primary Chuck Schumer in the Senate? And she's like, "Well, the thing, it doesn't matter," like all this stuff. And whether she's doing it or not, he should be primaried. He is not a leader of the Democratic Party. He's not the leader we need. He should be primaried. I don't know if it's going to be me, but this is what we need. She couldn't say any of that. And like, to have to be
instead, she has
Bernie in the middle of it is so embarrassing.
Bernie jumps in to try to save her. Which only weakens her, because here's the old guy speaking for the young kid.
I know. He's such a sexist. No, I'm kidding. I mean, but like, it was so excruciatingly painful to listen to her that he had to put her out of her misery, and like everybody in the audience, right? Yeah, and the other thing that's really upsetting to me is she's being primed as the 2028 presidential nominee, and
we're at this point, we're going to be asked as progressives to back AOC in 2028. And it's just, I'm already behind whoever is not the Democratic nominee. That's probably built into it. But like, don't try to sell her as Bernie to us. It's just not, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to, there's not going to be a wave of momentum behind her.
I don't think so either. It will be like a Kamala with a little veneer of progressivism. Unless, listen, she has 3 years. Get busy, like fight like hell, get something done. What has she accomplished? Like, what has she accomplished? What has she actually fought for at all?
She got Mamdani elected. We're going to hear that soon. Never forget the Met Gala. Never forget.
That was quite a dress. Quite a dress. Yeah, I mean, what did they give up to not do force the vote and to vote for Mama Bear? I can't even remember.
Nothing. Didn't leverage it ever.
Okay. This I think I don't know if she,
but he can't run for president, so that's the rub on it all. But still, yeah, he is the attention. And we talked about this before, but like Bernie picking AOC as his legacy is just fucking awful. Like, there are other pick
because that's the thing. And by the way,
we didn't leave, like,
yep,
like there of the squad, she's the weakest sauce. Like, let's be real about it.
100%. Well, I would put what's her name from Massachusetts in there also, but yeah, who endorsed Warren. But yes, I totally agree. Hi, baby. Lucky. Come here. Hi.
Good dog.
I totally agree. And Hi. You want to say hi? Oh,
Lucky wants in.
My girl. That's my lucky girl. Hi. Okay,
Lucky
okay.
is such the Doge dog, though. Sometimes
I know she doesn't look like that in person, but sometimes she's got like a thing. I know. I'm like, oh,
no.
Yeah, I think awesome. One thing that gives me hope. I'm in a slightly hopeful space today. Is
Cheney's dead, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, Pelosi's not running again. Cheney's dead, and Alan Dershowitz and the Zionists are leaving New York. Is that we even though we showed videos of Mamdani, a couple years ago, we weren't thinking about him as like, oh, he's going to be the next mayor of New York and be like a national figure in 2 years, right? So you never know where that person might come from who is doing the work and putting in the work. I would hope that Bernie is sussing it out, or who cares? I don't care if it's Bernie or not, or whatever, who susses it out, because it doesn't matter. But there's got to be, we're 320 million people in this country. There have to be other people who are building community, who are organizing, who are activists. I have to believe that there's somebody. And I know that's a joke, but holy God, the Patrick Bateman, Timu Patrick Bateman, right? Yeah, that's not.
No, they're pushing Newsom, and then I listen to NPR all the time. NPR is like, with Prop 50, it's like they're just framing it as like, it's not just a Prop 50 win, it's a Newsom versus Trump. It's queuing up Newsom versus Trump because here he is winning back. He's fighting, and they had people on to talk about how Newsom looks like a fighter because he unlike most Dems, he's willing to dig deep and get in there with, to show the Republicans a taste of their own medicine. Like he breaks political norms because he's not playing nice. Meanwhile, he's just putting out stupid fucking memes and silly shit that nobody appreciates. And I mean, libs do, but Newsom's dead in the water. AOC could actually win. I don't like her, but Newsom cannot win.
I don't think that Newsom can win. But he will take a lot of money and time, and he will suck up the space if there isn't somebody. I mean, I will say, unfortunately, that it is hard to be a generational talent and check all the boxes that right now Mamdani checks, right? He's quick on his feet. He doesn't word salad things. He knows what he wants to say. I happen to believe that he believes it. Whatever, we will cross all those bridges when I fully expect, as I say all the time, to be disappointed. But it is difficult to speak the way he speaks, to stay on message, not to get flustered, not to, walk out of an interview. He truly does a lot. Wait, I'm sorry. I keep seeing people saying something about what happened in New York, David Hunter. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know. And okay, so I mean, this gets into I'm just a player in the game, to Liz Warren, just a player in the game. And I know Reflect the Sun earlier wrote some of the possible red flags that we should be aware of. I do not think that he is going to switch to all of a sudden being a pro-Israel person.
Yeah.
$250,000 from a
don't like it.
Fund manager.
Don't like it. But
yeah, I don't know. But better it goes to him than somebody else. I don't know.
I'm not going to play the I'm not defending anything he ever does.
Yeah.
If it's bad, it's bad. So
yeah. I totally agree. The only thing I will say is that I feel hope in a way that I haven't in a while, because not just because he says the right things or puts together the video that I love watching.
No, it feels authentic, for real. I think it is authentic.
And he excited, just the way Bernie excited a lot of us. And then when Bernie failed us, we kept moving forward. It wasn't like, oh no, we just have to do what Bernie says. Like, I didn't vote for Joe Biden. We criticize Bernie all the time, right? Like, I am thrilled that he has awakened a new group of people in New York, and I think around the country, who are angry and passionate and have a militancy about them. We talk about the difference, like in the strike of 2023 and the strike of 2008, walking those picket lines with WGA and SAG, very different vibe, younger, multi-ethnic, militant, in a way that was, now, like, on the flip side, didn't get as much. So whatever, AI is still taking all of our jobs in Hollywood. But I do think that if he disappoints, people aren't going to be like stuck on, it's not going to be like boomers who still love Obama and I would have voted for him a third time. They'll just be done with him and move on, or keep fighting in the streets. I mean, people are putting their bodies on the line, fighting for Palestinians, fighting against ICE. They're doing that without a leader, right? They're not doing it for Mamdani or for a Bernie or whoever. They're going out there in their community groups with activists. So,
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like, the post-election, hearing all the pundits on both sides of the aisle, so sad about the whole thing. It's just really telling to me.
Yeah.
Like, the Democrats were deflated. The Republicans were deflated.
Yeah.
They were very, so the saltiest group of them all, though, was the Republicans. So this argument that they couldn't wait for him to win so they could run against him, bullshit. They are so scared to death of something he does catching on and working.
Yeah.
They're scared of any success in New York, because then it spreads to the rest of the Democratic Party, or people who want to run it within the Democratic Party, of like, look, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
It's why they brought in fucking Biden to shut down any good that Trump's government, was giving people during COVID. They shut it all down. I mean, we all know it's cheaper to house people than to, force them onto the street, pay the cops to sweep them up, put them in your homeless camps, all that. Like, there is a better way, cheaper to have single payer healthcare than do what we do and still have to pay, emergency room visits. Like, if you really don't want immigrants to be, it's so disgusting, but like, the people who are here illegally, as the Republicans love to say, and Kamala loves to say, to, get healthcare in the emergency room, give them, like, we all need healthcare. We all need water and air and food and house. Like, what's the plan? It's so clear that they hate us all. It is class war every single day. So Van Jones needs to go fuck himself.
And the one thing I want to see how Mamdani handles the party pushing back against him. Because if he used that moment to really go after the party themselves and call them out, which his tone now seems like he would, we'll see. But that could be very, like, almost one of the best things that could happen nationally is him going to war with the Democratic Party in New York.
Honestly, I hope so. This is going to sound awful, because I have so much hope, and I am happy, and I want this to be a step in moving forward. But there was a part of me that thought, what if they swoop in and make sure that Cuomo wins? Will that galvanize people even more? Like, because the worst thing that could happen is if he doesn't deliver and, kowtows to whatever, Jessica Tisch, and the billionaires and the police.
The worst the worst is if they break him and he stops fighting.
Yeah.
But if he loses every fight and fights his whole way through, that's more instructive to the national argument against the Democratic Party and for something else and for us fighting on our own than anything. Because if he doesn't have power within the government as mayor to get something done, and the force stopping him is the Democratic Party, then he needs to rally the people in the streets, and they need to go somewhere else with it other than electoral politics. Yeah, you're in Civic Hall, but that's not enough. And it's can't you guys all see it? It's not enough. This is it. It's not enough. He's still fighting him. He can't get it done. We have to do it.
I just for right now I just have to be hopeful. And I think sorry, am I sucking the hope already? No, because I'm seeing people talk, and I think that the thing that David was talking about was, and here's my total shitty skepticism, but like there were some swastikas that were spray painted on a Jewish school, I think, in New York. So of course, right away there was like the attack on Mamdani, like he did that, right? Like it's not because Israel's a genocidal nation and the whole world hates them. And by the way, they make a point always to tie all Jews. They're doing it in the name of Jews. No, not in my name. So again, like, but he put out a tweet saying that that's disgusting. Like, and of course it is disgusting. There's a part of me that wonders, was it like a Beitar USA person, or was it somebody from, one of these?
Yeah. Is it some Zionist?
Yeah, exactly.
Fueling
false flaggy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? They are anti-Semitic, those Zionists. There are 2 U.S. Jewish women who go to the West Bank to help protect, just like Nathaniel Jasper. Nathaniel Jasper. I can't remember which way it goes. And I know we're not going to get a chance to talk about Israel today. We'll talk more tomorrow about, I think like tying ICE to the IDF and showing how, it's happening so much faster here than I thought it would, but like what's happening in our cities right now is just right out of the IDF. The terrorism, the surveillance, the AI, the calling everybody a terrorist because then you can get on them for pre-crime, right? Like if you're a terrorist, you don't have to wait to do the crime. You just have to like look at a couple of the triggering things that you say that might be indicative of a crime you might commit in the future. And okay, then, that's, we got the thing that Ken Kuppenstein is always talking about, right? The National Security Presidential Memo 7. I have to say it out loud because I always forget. And PS or whatever. Anyway, but 2 U.S. Jewish women are banned from going to Israel because they had the temerity to try to protect Palestinians who were picking olives in their olive gardens on their land from the genocidal Nazi settlers. So Israel's not a safe haven for all Jews at all. They banned Norm Finkelstein. They banned Ariel Gold. They've banned a lot of Jews, right? So like, it's not a place for all Jews. They actually hate Holocaust survivors because those are the weak people. How did they let that happen to them? Like, it's a disgusting place. And they are anti-Jewish. They are just pro-Zionist.
Yeah. We'll save it for tomorrow, but I saw today that Israel started taking tours basically of limited press, and they're walking them through and they're not letting them talk to anybody. And this is like the next phase of like, look, we let the press in, but it's just a guided tour of bullshit.
Yep.
So anyway, let's stay on the hope.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to stay on the hope for a little bit more, but absolutely every day of the week, globalize the Intifada. Sorry, I'm just trying to read some people's stuff because I know it's all very frustrating. But okay, hope. We're going back to hope. We're going to hope a little bit longer because here's the other thing I do think, it's that Mariam, oh my gosh, the abolitionist, Mariam Kimba, my brain, you guys, sorry, it's bad. But the hope is a discipline, right? And I think that when I'll speak for myself, when I am feeling totally hopeless, like there is no way to move forward, like there are no coalitions, like everybody's going, like unless a person is, people are going to fail me one way or the other. It's like people who decide they're not going to fall in love anymore, which is how we sort of started this whole thing. And I think that while it doesn't mean that we don't have our censors up and we don't hold people to account and we continue to push people left and speak up and be critical. And I don't care if he's not in office yet, or it's the first 100 days, or it's almost the midterms, or whatever. All that stuff is bullshit. The time is always now. But also, we do have to remember what community is. And I think that something that Mamdani did, which again is going to be bigger than just Mamdani, is make New Yorkers come out into the street, those treasure troves or that scavenger hunt, getting people to come out and knock on doors and canvass and to believe in something that lasts longer than his potential failures. That will continue.
Yeah. And I think we also have a confrontation with ICE coming, which is going to be pulling New Yorkers together in community like we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
I think right now Trump is acting like he wants that fight. I don't know if they want that fight for real. I think they might avoid it entirely, which is a win already for New York. I mean, just for New York, but we'll see. And I just want to say also, like, like Kitty was saying, oh, I'm the downers, whatever. No, look, I will never disparage anybody who disagrees on the optimism behind electoral politics or a candidate or whatever. If we have the same goals, if we are dead in disagreement on strategy, even, nobody would be my enemy in that situation. And I think that's where the left kind of falls apart, is like the force the vote thing, even
right.
I was adamantly for forcing the vote, but like, I didn't want to go to war with the people who disagreed on that strategy.
Right. Yeah.
And I think, you can think, Mamdani's a piece of shit, and we'll find out. Like, I don't know. I don't care if I'm wrong or you're right, or like, we just stay on the track of the goals and what we need to do, which is do something bigger than electoral politics, even if this guy's dead right about everything. And he's a great guy. Yeah. Him in New York is not going to change it for us over here fast enough. We have to do it ourselves still, but he could be something good for us in that goal.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And listen, I mean, I didn't sleep at all last night because we all have our different moments. I just happened at this moment to feel, a little bit of hope and joy. Also a love for a reminder of what we stand for, which I know we know and we talk about, but to have it said so publicly, like the love of immigrants in the face of this horrifically racist, bipartisan, racist, white supremacist government, right? To talk about all the different antis and all the different cultures and countries and languages and foods and music, like that is important. That is what makes this country this country. And so, like, as the America First people have won out right now in our country with government, as all of corporate media is sucking their balls, as all the Democrats right away said, oh, we went too woke, we've got to throw immigrants and trans people under the bus. I just think, we need more voices out there reminding everybody of our best selves. That's, yeah.
I'm with you completely on that.
Yeah. Gezin82. Now that I know how to say your name, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we do. We have to believe in each other. We have to remember what we're fighting for, which, is like, I think what we all try and do when we come here together a few times a week is like community, true justice, freedom, self-determination. Like all of those things are just so important, All right. Are we wrapping?
Yeah, I think we should probably wrap. Because what's left
is
to
not show one more Zohran ad. It's okay.
Well, we got some Trump stuff and some ICE stuff we didn't get to, but I think that we've focused on the Zohran show, so we might as well just conclude it as the Zohran show.
All right, then I'm going to show this little 1 minute thing. Go ahead.
All right, but we are not going to be the Zohran show going forward. It's just this is a moment. That's all. So
100%.
And we are not paid by any Zohran entity or any entity at all, other than people that buy us.
I don't need to show the Zohran ad.
You really want to show the Zohran ad?
I mean,
good Lord.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Let me see what people say in the comments.
If the people want it, you're going to show the Zohran. I might start hating this guy now. I don't know.
I know. I'm probably erring too much on that side, right? Is that what's happening?
Just don't show his nip slip ever again.
Thank you. Cheers. Really, really appreciate that. I want to make sure that we didn't. Oh yeah, Jesus. I mean, right on camera was total impunity. Just rolled over. Was she, how old was she then? I mean, it doesn't matter how old anybody is, but like an American. So much for America first. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, now I have to just very quickly show something.
Right, let's do it.
All right. Okay. It's just a minute, and then we'll come back, and then we'll play out of here. All right. Here we go.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone, or the times they are a-changing. Oh, the times they are a-changing. Oh, the times they are a-changing.
It's like a Benetton ad come to life. All right. I know. I get it. I will go back to my cynical self tomorrow. There was one more super chat from Zainab. I want to make sure we get to. Yes, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Oh, no, I was all for it. Look, we should be optimistic, but angry too, and not expecting anything. And the fear with Zohran a little bit is, a little bit of complacency of like something just happened that changed things. It only changes things if we fucking make it change still. Yeah. So that's
100%. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That is amazing. A Muslim woman won as lieutenant governor in Virginia. Ghazala Hashmi, anti-AIPAC, pro-Palestine, and leftist, a badass. Congrats. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. Cheers to her and cheers to you, Zainab. Thank you for the super chat. That's really wonderful. I hope it's just really funny because Spamberger just like kind of shifted her message like an economic populist. So
yeah,
let's hold her feet to the fire because I definitely do not trust her.
No, but the Democratic pundits are running around like, well, the message is economic populism everywhere, but it's different in how you run in your state on that message. Your solution to that is different, which, yeah, I get it. Your solution is different, but your solution should be still, it should always have healthcare, transportation, rent, those things shouldn't change. That's the difference. If you're running on economic populism, but it's not going to lower the rent, or it's not going to lower the prices of food, or if it's not going to Like what? Then you're just running on abundance theory, which is the alternate strategy.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
There were a couple. I mean, I thought we had pulled it, but I guess we didn't. But there were a couple of like, it wasn't just subsidies for Obamacare. It was more like universal child care or free lunch. I can't remember exactly what it was. It wasn't like super inspiring, but it wasn't Kamala level. But like, I don't trust her at all because she doesn't care. She is definitely saying the things to win. Right. But yeah. Okay. Tomorrow we will definitely cover, I can't stand Spamberger. Just the worst. And yes, free Palestine. I mean, the media and we, now, and forgive me because I am also now part of it tonight, but like, they have just, we're in a ceasefire. It doesn't matter that Israel bombs, slaughters, destroys people's land, their agriculture, their sewage system, their animals, their homes. I mean, it's like, it's just never ending. And we're still calling it a ceasefire. It's like the worst joke ever. But that said,
but on that front, still, as far as Mamdani goes, here's a guy who has national attention, and he's one of the few people calling it out as it is.
Yep.
He will have the next few months to be more aggressive about this issue, and I hope he is, and I think he will be. So
I hope so. Absolutely.
That's a good thing.
Me too. This is the Samir Project, and their funding, their donations have gone way down since the fake ceasefire was announced. So the Samir Project, if anybody, I know everybody is struggling, but if anybody does have any money to donate, they are doing such beautiful work in Palestine, and we're going to go out with them. We'll see you all tomorrow. We love you guys. Keep punching up.
Cheers.
Oh boy, nobody's pushing a button. All right, I got it.
المشروع سمير هنعمرها واليوم فرحانين.
العلا درب القوافم نعرفه قطفني ورود تلم تلم ربي المعبود راسمه صنع العهود وقت الحزم حمنا الجنود حرب وسلم رغم الحدود عنا حلم